My name's Jennifer McPeak, and I finished writing my novel.
La la la, clicky keyboard noises, la la la, keyboard noises.
I'm not talking about a first draft, a second draft, a third draft. I've honestly lost count of how many drafts I've done of this book because I've been working on it for a very long time, but I'm done now. It's a weird thing to finish writing something that you've been working on for a really, really long time. It's like, where do I go from here? People will tell you that writing a book is hard. And it is a lot of time, it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of research. But then you write the book. And then people tell you, now's the hard part. You have to edit it. And editing's hard too. You have to look at the thing that you have brought into the world and you have to put a critical eye on it. You have to nitpick. You have to go, this doesn't go here. This doesn't go here. This sentence doesn't make any sense. This character can be blended together with this character. These two people are way too alike. There's a plot hole here. It's a lot. But then you get the editing done and you've gone over it a couple of times and you've put in your little Easter eggs for later books. And everybody told you that was the hard part. And then you have to find representation. And to me, that is a whole different level of hard. Each agency has its own rules and its own guidelines. And I understand why. And I don't fault them for it. Absolutely don't fault them for them. I would do the same thing. But man, it a lot to go through. For those of you that are interested in looking for an agent, it's not just Google, click, hit submit, send off your entire manuscript. There's a lot more to it than that. Your first big thing is you need to find out who reps the genre you're looking for. Now, my book is an urban fantasy. So it is anything that has monsters, vampires, demons, fairies, anything that's not firmly grounded in this reality, that goes into the fantasy. That's the overarching fantasy. Now, if it takes place in the future with extra technology or perhaps even in space, that would be sci-fi fantasy, that kind of thing. Mine is an urban fantasy, which means it takes place in an urban setting. It's also a contemporary urban fantasy because it takes place in the modern time. You need to find someone that reps your genre, your specific genre, because that means they like those type of books. Don't send your horror book to someone who says that they are not looking for horror. Don't send your romantasy book to someone who only reps children's books. Every agency will want a query letter, which is basically a pitch for your book. It's going to tell what the main plot point is, why it's interesting, what genre it is, how many words it is. It's meant to hook them. It is very short. It's like a page at most. I think the articles I've read said that even 500 words is a stretch. Some agencies are going to want a synopsis. And a synopsis, it's a condensed version of the book. Some of them want a very concise synopsis, like 500-word paragraph. I have seen where they say 2 pages max. You have to use their guidelines. And agents want that because they only really want to read the first 5, 10, 15, 20 pages of your book. But the synopsis is meant to basically let them know what happens after, to see if you spend too much time on certain points. If there is a twist in your novel, you have to put the twist in your synopsis. You have to give away the ending. Sorry. And that's the part that I'm working on right now, is the synopsis. I have a query letter ready. I have a few different versions. It's the synopsis that gives me trouble. That's the part that I will be working on for the next few days. Some of them want you to make a book proposal where you list out comps, and comps are comparable titles. And your comps need to be relevant. They need to not be books that are old. They need to be things that people are familiar with. Don't use an obscure book. Sorry if I'm a little bit red. I've got a bit of a cold because, of course, I do. It's not the stomach bug, at least. Again, and every agent is different. Every agent's going to want different things, and even agent to agent within the same house will want something different sometimes. And you definitely do not want to give them what they don't want. Some agents are only open to submissions from people that they have met at writing conferences or pitch contests that happen over on Twitter/X. That's where I am right now. In the meantime, while I am working on the query letter and the synopsis and the book comps and all that, I am actively going to be starting the next book. And that's going to be fun. I'm not going to talk about which agencies I have reached out to because if they no, I don't want to take it personally. So I will be keeping the status of my querying to myself. I just wanted to let you guys know that that's where I am in the process. I'm going to keep any rejections to myself. I am going to keep any tentative requests to myself. Bad news and good news is going to be mine and mine alone. TLDR, I finished my book and I've done all my edits. I am now in the process of setting up my query letter, my synopsis, and finding agents that are open to submissions in my genre and tailoring my proposals to them. And in the meantime, I will continue making these videos where I talk about writing and writing related things. If I do get an offer of representation and the agent says it's okay for me to share it, I will let you guys know. Otherwise, I will still keep that to myself, even though that would be awesome news. How about you guys? I know we're still very early into 2024. What are you guys up to? I know there was recently a lot of snow in lots of parts of the country, and I know some people who got a lot of snow. Was it fun driving through that? Because we did not get snow here. We just got a little bit of cold weather and some lake wind advisories. What you're reading, what you're writing, what you're watching. We finally finishing What We Do in the Shadows. I'm very sad about it because I really am looking forward to the next season, even though it will be the last. Also, Resident Alien's last season is about to start. I'm very excited. Again, what is it with me finding out about shows right before they're on their last season? Before I start a rant. If you're on Discord and in the Writers Cartel, I am also in the Writers Cartel. If you understand how to do friend requests and stuff, feel free to send me a friend request. I am very new to Discord. I don't really know how things work, and I'm having a devil of time. I grew up in the AOL era, but I didn't do chat rooms, so I am at a complete disadvantage here. So this video here puts me back on schedule for my every other Wednesday posting. So my next video is not going to be next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, and we'll be back on our regularly scheduled programming. Thanks so much for sticking around. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you next video. Later.
La la la, clicky keyboard noises. La la la, keyboard noises.